A young man shot in the head by soldiers at the Millennium city in Kaswa during a scuffle over demolition exercise has died from gunshot wounds he sustained. His death has angered residents who say they will not rest until the soldiers who fired the shots are being punished. With the legal contest over land ownership in the area dragging in the courts for over 11 years, there are questions over why this situation was allowed to persist for that long. Angry residents say they will take the law into their own hands and protect themselves. How dangerous could this turn out if it is not checked? This is today's big story with me, Stephen NT. Inspiration to hold on to what he calls his own eventually led to his death. On Thursday, a group of military men numbering about 20 stormed the Millennium city area of Kaswa to pull down homes on a parcel of land claimed by one Kofi Asma, the CEO of 21st Century Construction Company. The bloody confrontation which ensued, leading to firing of what the soldiers say were warning shots, resulted in the death of one person. Our reporter Fred Smith visited the community and spoke with the Divisional Police Commander, ASP Christopher Daka, who narrated exactly what happened.
What happened, say Mr. Asma brought soldiers to the site and they fired those guys. So quickly, looking at their condition, I've asked that they should be sent to the hospital. Then I asked one of the two of my detectives with a police driver to accompany them to Kolebu, which they did. So quickly organized myself and my men, we went to the site and behold, it's unbelievable. Soldiers, number about 23, led by one W2 Okun. So I confronted them to know their mission. They said they were coming from Southern Command, and their commander is aware of their coming here. But looking at the time, so I quickly ordered that the operation that they are doing, they should stop it. Then within a twinkle of an eye, my command from Cape Coast with another troop, also from Kaswa, they all arrived. So we marched them to the police station. Initially, they were not willing to come to the police station. They drove straight to Mr. Asma's office, which I followed them. And for some few minutes later, they came to inform me that for them they finished, so they are going. I said they cannot go. So I quickly used my vehicle to cross their path. Then I called my regional commander, the 2IC, who was then on the ground. He came and at long last we were able to bring them to the police station for interrogation. That's what happened yesterday. So
far, do you know how many people died or who got injured?
Yeah, so far 4 people got injured. Unfortunately, this morning we had information that one of them have passed away.
One of the
4.
I see. For those who are injured and are still at the hospital, what's their condition?
They were treated and discharged, but I learned one today has to do some X-ray, so he's gone.
I see. What's happening to these alleged military men who came here, those who undertook this exercise? Were they arrested?
Yes, they were interrogated yesterday by my regional commander, 2IC. And you know, you have a process of doing certain things, especially dealing with some organizations. So we are on the process to get them for their statement. This morning, the military intelligence were here for 1 or 2 reasons, and I believe they will be called to book.
The chief of Gumanyanyano is claiming that Mr. Asma has very good working relations with the police and the military and other security agencies, and therefore he uses them for his own benefit. And he cited the example of this police station where we are speaking from, that he built this police station and leased and gave to the police as a gift, and so the police can't touch him. Do you have any difficulties dealing with Mr. Asma?
Yes, that's the perception of the people around that because he built a police station, so he has power over the police. But let me assure you, it's never true. What I did when I came here, because of that perception, people don't come to the district here. So I go to them individually. I mean the opinion leaders, the chiefs. I organize meeting, meet them, talk to them, conscientize them that yes, that perception that this place is built by Asma, so it's Asma's police station, they should forget about that perception. So now people are trying to believe what I am telling them, that the place, that's why he built it, doesn't belong to him. It's a police station, which our responsibility is to protect life and property.
Beyond that also, Mr. Asma, the military men told you they came because he had asked them to come. What have you done with regards to him?
Yeah, on that aspect, yes, when I cautioned the military, they said they were sent by their commander from the southern sector. Yes, as I said, we brought them to the station yesterday and they were interrogated. We are yet to write to the military authorities to release them for further investigation. You know, that is the formal, the procedure.
When do you hope to do that?
We are on course. I just spoke to the crime officer, the divisional crime officer, and from here I'm going to see him.
Are they in detention with the military high command?
Surely.
They are in detention?
Yeah, they are in the hands of the military command and we will go for them.
I see. I asked, my earlier question was about Mr. Asma himself. What is his status?
Yeah, Mr. Asma himself, yesterday he was taken away to the division where he was detained. For March, whether he has been granted bail, I can't tell, because I've never been to the division because of, you know, the situation on the ground here.
Well, the chief of Gomwa Nyanyano claims the CEO of 21st Century, Kofi Asma, used fraudulent means to acquire the parcel of land he claims ownership of. He explains that some years back, he gave the land to him as a gift on condition that he constructs a senior high school for the community. That promise was not honored, and according to the chief, over the years, the man has been illegally extending his boundary to include portions that are in no way a part of what he was given. He says they're now helpless.
What is going on in the unknown? We have the picture of this Kofi Asman driving the police car and all what he's doing on a clip. We deposited there, myself and my elders, there. And so it's there. It's in the police headquarters. All this information are there. They know it. But the man is still here doing what he wants to do, to the extent of now killing. So what do? We have no arms. We are now helpless. So we are calling on the government to intervene. That's why the fact that the court is there, the court is delaying our case and he is getting the upper hand to do whatever he is doing. Now people are dying. People are dying. The children there or the people in the bush are not my children. They are not my case from my own womb. They can choose to rebel any time without even telling me. So if this should happen, just imagine what will happen in the bush. Today you kill somebody, the next day they will not sit down to come and kill another person. So he should sit down properly. I am here. I'm a helpless man with my elders. But I'll to remember all this time. Despite the fact that the military are coming in. The military are human beings. One day they will pull all the uniform down. They will become civilians like us. So we are praying to die any moment from now. Yes, while this case is pending, and this case pending at the court between the stool of Nyanyano, the stool of Fete, and the 21st Century Company, he cut part of the land, built a police station, and the government took possession of it. Now there are policemen. We agree, but we ask, are the policemen working for the government of Ghana or for Asma? Since they are always being transferred from the police station, from within 2 months, 3 months, a policeman is transferred. So we don't know whether that police station there is built to defend Asman's property or to defend the people of Ghana.
I see. But do you think that he has some underhand dealings at the top, making it possible for him to, the courts are not working in your favor, they're not protecting the ordinary? Do you think he's pulling some strings somewhere?
Papa, we all know there is a law in our country. If somebody encroaches on your land, the courts are there. But if they wake up at 1 o'clock a.m. and come and pull people's burden down without any reason, how do I say the government doesn't know anything about this? This man do ride or drive police cars at Millennium City, go on errands and do whatever they are doing. And you are telling me the government doesn't know anything about this? Can you go and drive the police station or police car yourself?
No.
As a civilian. So if Asman had the power to drive a police car, then is he not part of the governance of the day?
This means that the head of the police knows something about it.
I have not seen them interacting, but I have seen Asman in a picture, in a video, driving the police vehicle before. So my conclusion lies with you.
Well, the police say 23 of the soldiers who claim to have been sent by their commander or the Southern Command have been detained. We're yet to get confirmation from the military whether this is so. But human rights lawyer Edward Amuzu wants an independent investigations into the matter. He's joining us now on telephone. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
It's a very sad situation we are hearing from Gumwanyanyano area, where a scuffle over land ownership has resulted in the death of one person, and we're not even sure whether the 20 or so soldiers who stormed the town and fired at helpless civilians were sent there to do. What is the right approach when it comes to fighting over ownership of lands, and one person feels they have right to own the land more than the other? Can they take the law into their hands that way?
Certainly not. And everything that you've said so far just support the call for an independent investigation into this matter. You know, ordinarily, we do not expect the military to get involved in issues as far as land litigation is concerned, civil law matters, and so forth. Before you get the military involved, or before we see the military getting involved in our internal affairs, then it has to be something that it becomes so clear to all of us that we do need a military involvement in such a situation. So, ordinarily, it is clear for me that we need a very thorough investigation into this. Secondly, this is, at the bottom of it, I understand it has to do with a land litigation.
Yes.
If that is the case, then it's the courts which are in control of a situation like this.
But Mr. Amuzu, the chief tells us that this matter has been with the courts for the past 11 years. How is it that litigation over ownership of a land could drag this way? And when it happens, obviously, the parties that are contesting ownership could be frustrated.
I agree. That is the reality, although I do not think that it is appropriate for the development of this country. The reality is that we have a situation in which we have a lot of backlog of cases, even though I agree that there have been a lot of improvement in justice administration for the last couple of years. Let's say from the early 2000s, there has been a lot of work, and I must admit. But it appears to me there's certainly a lot more of work to do to ensure that justice doesn't grind this slowly, necessitating people to take the law into their own hands at times. The important thing also to bear in mind is that whatever the case, we cannot run away from our justice administration system and say it is slow. So because it's not delivering the kind of justice we want, we are going to take the law into our own hands. That would just create chaos. That would just make us live like people in a jungle. So I want to push and encourage those who are in the helm of affairs as far as our justice delivery system is concerned to make the necessary reforms. And I know reforms have been underway for a lot of years, but they have to continue doing the reforms to make sure that we have speedy adjudication of cases. Sometimes, unfortunately, our laws even guarantee the sort of delays that we experience. For instance, as we speak right now, we are in what you call the legal vacation. It means that the Superior Court literally have at a halt between now and the end of next month. That's a lot of period for us as a country to run the system to a halt that way. It will certainly contribute to what we are experiencing now. People saying the cases have been there for 11 years and the case has not been settled. So there needs to be a very expansive
justice reform
review
in order to
of the whole system, to identify some of the reasons why we have so much delay in our justice delivery system.
Right, Ms. Abuso, I will have you hold. I need to return to you to explore further your request for an independent investigations into the matter, and then we will also explore the rights that some of these residents have. But before then, a resident who spoke to our reporter, Fred Smith, re-echoes the frustration of the community and says they will defend themselves against any forceful takeover of their lands. Let's hear that, him, and then we'll return to our conversation with lawyer Muzu.
There when they come when we said, oh, once you are military people, now we cover, because
what did they say when they came?
When they came, they not say nothing, they just keep quiet, and then we say, oh,
were they having guns? Please were they having guns?
They are having guns, and I have pictures here. I have pictures where it showed that they are having guns, and then they brought 4 cars.
And what happened before they shot?
No, we just close to them that they should not go. They should not the machine to not enter the entrance, the place they are going to demolition. And then they said no, they can't accept that. The machine will go. Where we say, oh, no, don't do that. You are the military people. You have to cover us, and then everything. So you should make patient.
Okay, so what happened after
So
that?
when we are doing that, and then the military people said that we should go back. If we will not go back, they will shoot. And then they started shooting past this thing, enter the people where we stand. So I'm the one, I stand at the guy where they shoot him, and then me I dodge. When I dodge, and then the gun shock the other guy. Before I'll go back and come back front again, when I see my brother was at the ground there, I think she's died. And then the other guy too in chest here, and then the guy too is back here to get shocked for
his head.
His head, yeah. So when he do,
there's another one I've seen with the leg.
Yeah, leg right now. Yeah, that one I was told that when they shoot the gun, I was dodging. When I was dodging, the gun hit the guy over there.
Very sad situation there. We're also joined on the line is Tahiru Abdallah, who is a Zongo chief of Fete traditional area, who was at the scene of yesterday's shooting. Good evening, Abdallah. I know that this is a very sad moment for you, having lost one of your men. What can you tell us about circumstances following the announcement that this man has died?
Can you please repeat what you said?
Right, I'm saying that we have had reports that one of your men, one of your residents who was shot yesterday has died today. I want you to tell us what the situation is at the place right now after you heard of his death.
In the morning, when the news came, the people in the community marched to my place that they want to move to the police station, go to the estate, do some demolition as they also place a lot around, do the same. But as far as I'm a leader, I need to calm their situation down.
That's right.
Talk to them, let them know that the law has, in this country, there's law. If he doesn't abide by use the law to do what is right. So I've talked to them, spoken to them for some time, and They all moved back home. The security service, PNI, national security, the military forces, they came around. I'm just coming back from the military camp, which is Bema camp. I'm now moving to also home. So I think the situation for now is calm. But the only thing that can come to the situation now is tomorrow. I know they will surely match again because I've talked to them. They went home. But tomorrow I know they'll be in my house again. But what I want to tell them, try to keep giving them policies that they can't see an answer to it or what. That's the problem now. What they want is they want to see us behind bars. They want to see the soldiers behind. The law should lie for now. So that's what we do. We still trying to talk to them. But I know tomorrow in the morning they'll be matching to me. And you know, if you keep on promising someone, promising, and the person doesn't see any answer or any good result, what will be the person's reaction? The person will use force.
They get fed up.
That's praying. That's why they're praying that it shouldn't happen.
Right, Tahiro, I'm grateful. I won't take much of your time, but we will talk again, and we're keeping an eye on the situation there, and we wish the family of this young man who died our very warmest condolence. Thanks very much. Tahiro Abdallah is Seriki, that's a Zongo chief of the Feta traditional area. We still have on the line lawyer Edward Amuzu. So, lawyer Amuzu, the people I just spoken to, the Zongo chief of the traditional area and the chief himself, have clearly demonstrated or shown through their frustration that they're not just going to sit down. What do you think will be their rights? I mean, what rights and privileges do they have in this matter, and how should they proceed?
Well, thank you. I think it's a very difficult situation for them, and I sympathize with the people. I think what they need to do at this point will be to put their the facts together. They should put their evidence together and make a good case for the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice to investigate the involvement of the military in this matter, the death of one of their own in this matter, so that the Commission can give us a proper account of what exactly took place. As you said, portions of the matter may be in court, and that may then disable the Commission from going into that angle of the matter. But if that angle is purely the litigation between some parties, then that doesn't disable the Commission from investigating the occurrences which led to the shooting and the death of this young man. So I think that the Commission, going to the Commission, it's one avenue that they can explore.
So let's understand the taking the matter before the Commission and an independent investigation. I mean, which of the two options are you firmly in favor of? Because I get it that if you say independent investigations, it is to suggest that you do not trust that the military can conduct an investigation, a proper investigation into allegations leveled against its own people.
Our expectation, or my expectation in this situation, is for justice to be done. And justice will require that the processes through which the investigations are carried are fair. And if we say justice must be done, we are not only expecting the end result to be just, we are also expecting that the ordinary people will see that justice is being done. If we are saying that military people have been implicated in a matter like this, I cannot see how the individuals who are on the other side will feel that the military will impartially investigate this matter and get to the conclusion, or to get to the logical conclusion of it. So I will expect a body other than the military and a body other than the people who are disputing over this property will do the investigation and give us a report which we can all trust and work with.
Right, we'll be making efforts to reach our reporter Derek Akosam, who was very close. Lawyer Muzu, we're grateful for your time on today's big story, and we thank you for joining us on the show.
It's my pleasure, as always.
Thank you very much. Derek Akosam, who is our reporter who covered the frustration and the violence yesterday, is joining us on the telephone. Derek, good evening.
Good evening, Stephen.
It's rightly so. I hear that you're very broken, very down, because yesterday when you went...
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear your question really well.
Right. Derek, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Steve.
Good. I'm saying that I appreciate that I'm told you're broken, you're very down, because yesterday when you went into the community, this young man who was shot, and subsequently we are hearing he's dead, was the one who was assigned to you to protect you as you cover the events. How are you feeling now?
It's not different from what you are saying. I'm broken, I'm disheartened. Yesterday, initial report was that the guy was dead. And then somewhere around 3 p.m., we had a gleam of hope that he would survive because we were told that he was in a state of coma. And then today, somewhere around 3 p.m., Jeff Smith sent me a WhatsApp to tell me, Charlie, the guy couldn't survive. And knowing fully well that he was there because of me leaves me in a state of shock. Because, I was there with him when the whole thing started. And so when I had a call to do my first report on news, I had to move away. And then I turned back only to realize that he had come in to stand where I was and that he had been hit by the bullet from the barrel of the...
So really the call that came from the studio was actually what saved you. You could have been down yourself.
Yes, that could have been me, but for the call that came from studio to move away to do the report, that could have been me.
Right. Derek, I won't take much of your time. We appreciate that you're traumatized by this, and we wish you a very speedy recovery so you return to the office to join us. My name is Stephen Anti, and that's how we end today's big story, and thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of our programs.